and man, the way it builds up speed. Hello and welcome to Beach Chow. Today with me I have a car which a lot of you must already be familiar with, and a lot of you already know that this is a very tunable car. But stick around till the end, because what I'm going to tell you is the cost of which this kind of a tune and this kind of a setup can be achieved. Today with me I have a Skoda Laura 2-liter diesel with a DSG, and this car which you see right here is a stage 3 car. So let me take you around on a quick tour of this car, show you a little bit more of the details of the parts that are installed, and then we'll get to how much did the entire setup cost. Before that, we'll of course take it out for a spin. The best part is, one more, yet another blacked out car. Looks sinister. I have a thing for blacked out cars and blacked out sedans in general. This one, no different. Looks actually pretty awesome in this particular shade. This is a 2012 Laura diesel, 2-liter diesel with a DQ250 gearbox, and the good part about these cars nowadays are that they are super easy to acquire in the market. Of course, a car like this with about 55,000 kilometers is slightly difficult, but that said though, you can still easily get a ton of options when you're looking for a Laura 2-liter diesel out there. The best part is that this car with its 2-liter diesel and the DQ250 gearbox in itself is a recipe which is great. And then when you bring it out to a tuning firm, they can actually use their magic to create something very unique, like this car over here, which is currently running a stage 3 setup. So what we have over here is a Mumbai-based tuning firm called Autohelpers, who have taken this 2-liter TDI engine to a stage 3 tune. They use a tune from ATM Performance based in Netherlands, and their tune is actually kind of nice. I haven't driven this car as of now, but I did get to sit in it, and while pulling, this car actually felt very linear. It had the power, but at the same time it felt super linear. Of course, we'll get into more details about that later. So let's quickly have a look at this car from the outside. On the outside, as you can see, it's got a proper blacked out exterior. It's got 225/50 17-inch wheels with these really nice looking alloys. And as you can see, this car sits a little lower because it's using Dr. Nano springs which have been installed on the stock struts. Now from the outside, it of course looks a little different, but nothing too extreme where you would probably come across this car on the road and understand, or it'll give itself out that it's running a stage 3 tune, which is currently putting out close to 225 horsepower and roughly about 500 Newton meters of torque. Before having a look at the engine bay, let's quickly open the door and have a look at the interiors. Now as you can see, the center part of the interior is quite stock, but apart from that, there is a full upholstery change. This car has been fully reupholstered from the inside with this new black and red finish. It kind of looks nice, kind of contrasting with the door cards though. But you let me know down in the comment section, what do you think about this interior upholstery, and would you have done it similarly or something different? Apart from that, this wheel has also been upgraded to a aftermarket wheel which has carbon fiber. It's got Alcantara material in the center and as well as at the grips. Looks kind of nice. If I am not wrong, it is a little smaller in diameter as well from the stock one as well. Okay, apart from that, let's quickly pop open the hood and see what's underneath. Now, one of the best parts that I like about tuning a diesel car is that in comparison to petrol, you have half of the list of parts which are required to actually do the modifications. Like for example, in this car also, the setup is pretty simple. Of course, being a stage 3, the turbo in this car has been upgraded from the CR140 to a CR180 Garrett turbocharger. Apart from that, as you can see, it's running a conical K&N air filter along with a custom piping. Along with that CR180 turbo, it's also running a custom downpipe and a full exhaust system all the way till the back, which has been made by Bar Exhaust right here in Mumbai. Along with that, it's running a Dark Side Development intercooler. Dark Side Development is a UK based firm and they make some of the best intercoolers specifically for VAG group cars. Along with that, this car is running a ECU and TCU tune from ATM Performance. And now I think we should close the hood again and take this car out for a spin. Okay, so there are two good things that are happening today. First, that I am driving a Stage 3 Laura diesel, and the second is that this is my first drive on the newly opened Atal Setu Mumbai Trans Harbour Link Bridge. So two good things, and this car as of now I have still not pushed it. I was waiting to give you guys my first reaction and my first impressions when I do a pull in this car. I did sit in this car at a good speed where we were doing nice high 3-digit speeds, and it's quite fast. Now the good thing about this kind of a setup is that this setup comes to you at a cost which is way below 10 lakh rupees. Like if you buy a car, 2-liter TDI today in the market should be anywhere in the range of 3 to 4 lakh rupees, and a setup like this, a proper Stage 3 setup with a CR 180, the intercooler, everything that you see on this car till now, all this would probably cost you another 3.5 lakh rupees. So that's a total budget of anywhere from 6 to 7 lakh rupees for something which is a 250 horsepower, pretty reliable car, which is kind of comfortable to be used as a daily driver as well. And that one time when you're taking out it for a competition, or that one time when you're actually heading out on the weekend for a nice drive, this car is still going to be having insane and incredible potential over there as well. Now, not everything is fun and games though. There are, with a car which is this old, like this is a 2012 car, so with a car of this age there are things which you will need to work around. For example, the seat motors or other sensors, like there are a couple of lights currently on the dashboard, but all those things are fixable once you put your money in it. The good part is none of those dashboard lights have anything to do with the tune. They have nothing to do with the performance output of this car. And for that performance output, now that I am on an empty patch of road, I'm going to put my foot down and experience that. First things first, this car for a diesel sounds really nice. It's got a nice throaty sound, something which you'd probably not expect from a diesel 4-cylinder engine like this, but it does sound nice and throaty. This 2-liter TDI by far has to be one of my favorite diesel engines out there for multiple reasons. Of course, it's got great torque all in the mid-range as well as in the low end as well. At the same time, this engine is built like a tank. This engine can be pushed to its limit, and along with that DQ250, this engine gearbox combination is something which you can utilize for 8 ton of horsepower. Shifting it in sport, and I'm currently doing 60, just chilling, putting my foot down, and man, the way it builds up speed is pretty insane. Okay, we're building up too much speed, need to pull back now. Now the other good part about this kind of setup is that it's using lowering springs from Dr. Nano, but at the same time the struts are stock, and what that does, it gives a great balance in terms of giving the car a much lower ground clearance where you get better handling, but at the same time the car is not bouncy, the car's suspensions are not rough, they are not breaking my back, they are stable while at the same time being comfortable. A perfect setup for something which you want to use as a daily driver. And enough talking, man, I need to put this car on third and give it another pull. Crossed 3-digit speeds long time back, and it just keeps pulling, and the good part about this tune is it feels like a stock setup. It's not that the power is coming super urgent either in the low end or the mid range. The power is very evenly distributed throughout the rev range. You don't feel any abrupt surge of power anywhere. There is enough power. You can see the needle go up and climb just like an RPM meter, but it's not urgent, it's not just overly rough. It's something which you can use on a day-to-day basis. Just put 2 gears down. Lovely, lovely. What I'd probably want from this car a little more, if there was a thing like that, would probably be upgrading the brakes. Not to a maybe like a big brake kit, but something which has a little more bite, because these current stock brakes, they do have the power, but then the amount of acceleration you're getting and the top speed that you're reaching in the end of the day, you'd be comfortable having something which is a little more bitey. That's it, not bad at all. And just to give you an idea of what I am driving, this car at 2023 Valley Run was 0.001 seconds behind the car that won its category, the 2-liter open class, and that was a BMW 320d with a stage 2 tune. So that is the kind of level of performance we have over here. And now that I've told you the price at which that performance comes compared to anything else in that category, I mean, come on, this is currently a 225-230 horsepower car which is doing about 500 Newton meters of torque. Now put that in comparison to any other car in that same sort of spec range. If you're looking at a petrol car like a VRS, that's going to be probably like about 25 to 30 lakh rupees. If you're looking at a 320d, again, that's going to cost you also a lot of money. Compared to that, this setup is so much more appealing, isn't it? I mean, you guys tell me, do you agree with me or not? Let me know down in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Till then,